What's up, people? Blessed here with another breakdown video. I have already actually recorded this, but the audio was playing up, so I've got to record it again. I'm going to get through it. Hopefully you will at least learn one thing and hopefully enjoy it too. This one is a breakdown of, it's actually of my wife casting spell, but I'm going to show you it now somewhere down here, or maybe on all over the screen, and then I'm going to show you the breakdown, how I've gone through it step by step. So let me just get straight into it. Okay, so let's start off with Illustrator. So these are the I made three elements in Illustrator: this lightning bolt, this hand, and this wand. Okay, so I'll break down the lightning bolt first of all because it's the simplest thing. So this is just literally shape layer, very simple, right? Hand, this is my wife's hand. I asked if she could hold a pen as a reference. I don't have the reference on here, but she's holding a pen just to look like one. You got the nail, got the details, blah de blah blah de blah. Okay, now then we've got probably, well, the hand was the most difficult out of these Illustrator elements, but then we've got this wand. The wand I thought ended up really cool because you know how each Harry Potter character's got like their own individual wand with their own style. So Harry Potter's, well, represents him. It's very straight, it's very true, it's, you know, Harry Potter. Then you've got, I think Voldemort's is crooked. Then you've got Hermione's, which is very detailed and elegant, and it's got all these like, you know, engravings in and flowers and stuff like that. So this one I thought was really well, because it looks a bit like, well, at first, if I go into it, I thought that, because I sort of just did it, you know, off my head, I thought it ended up looking a bit like, it reminds me of like Japanese or Chinese architecture, you know, like back in the day, like the part of the roof. But I looked at it again, I thought, do you know what, it actually looks like a honeycomb. I thought, sick. So if I solo that, this is the basis of it, and then I've added all the details after. This bit of details. Anyway, that's Illustrator done. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Here's the After Effects part, which I spent most time on. So let's get into that. Let me just break it down as simply as possible. It does consist of a few different elements. You do all work very well. A lot of them are very subtle, but kind of necessary just to give it the punch at the end. So I'll start off with the very far back behind layer, which is the background, right? So the background is just this green background. This is just a rectangle, sorry, not a rectangle, a circle with a feather on it, green, and then you've got black down at the bottom. I've basically done that because in Harry Potter, when, well, with the not the Dementors, with the Death Eaters, it's very, you know, green to represent Slytherin and Voldemort because he was Slytherin and all that sort of stuff. So with this being a dark themed, moody sort of Harry Potter thing, I made it green, right? And I really like this green as well. It's kind of nice green. Anyways, then going into Voldemort, because this is something that comes in right at the beginning. This is literally just an image that I've got off Google, right? So this is what it looks like. I've added an effect on it to make it wiggle like it's in the air, misty. There's a few parts in Harry Potter where Harry Potter sees Voldemort's face and it's, you know, coming at him, it's scaring him, it wakes him up out of dreams and all that sort of stuff. He has visions of it. So I thought I'd throw that in there, right? So if I go back, it comes in right at the beginning here, and it's got an audio. I'll talk about the audio later on, right? But it comes in, you can see it very faint there. Face is having a nightmare. Oh, Michelle, it's coming out here. That's that. Green flashes. Okay, so in Harry Potter, the Death Eaters cast this spell. It's like a green spell. Shoots up, puts this symbol in the air. This is that. So this, it consists of, well, I'll show you what it is anyway. If I cross that off, this light glow layers. So this is the spell that's being casted. It just goes pew, 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 three of them, one foreground, one in the background, one sort of in between. It's just a simple shape layer. I'll show you the shape now. Let's take off all the effects. So this is the shape. Very simple. It's like a teardrop, or I don't know what you call this shape. Anyway, this is the shape. What makes it effective is all the effects on after. So I've added a glow. Pow, glowing now, right? So it looks a bit more special. Added blur. Pow, looks like, ooh, more like a spell now. Added a choker. Pow. So what that choker does, you can see if I take that off, the glow's pretty spaced out. It's spreading everywhere. Add a choker in there, condenses it, makes it more concentrated, more powerful. Then the displacer as the wiggle, the motion to make it look more like a spell. If I play that now, it looks like energy, doesn't it? Wicked, right? So 3 of these, right? To make it more, well, sell it even more, I added these. You can see at the top, these light glows. So you can imagine the spell being casted up, exploding, goes in this green glow. 3 of these. If I play it, added those. These are the shape layers. So obviously it talks about the hand. This is the actual hand animation, right? Like that. Fianto Duri, Fianto Duri. That's the hand animation. Go into it a bit more. You can see it's just position and rotation keyframes down here. So if I go over it, there you go. Go into more detail here. I've also added, you see this here? This is light emitting from the wand as she casts the spell, just to sell it even more. Little glow. There you go. I have added a mask to the wand as well, just to hide it here, because obviously the foam is going over and the index finger is going behind. So that's how I've done that. It's just a mask. Now I've attached them as well, just so they stay connected here in the same layer, so they're moving together. Wicked, hand done. White spell. This is the spell which Michelle does. It's this exactly the same as the green one, so I'm not going to go into it, but it's white instead of green. Wicked. Fire. Okay, so this, I really like this. Basically, in the, if I go back, you can see here, there's some embers, right? You can see some, like some fire embers. So I ended up using that instead, but originally I had this in mind. So it was like a fire, well, the combination actually. So you can see the fire and also these embers, because if you can imagine, they're in some sort of village or town and everything's burning because this Death Eater's coming and they're casting the spell, like the scene from the 4th one where they've gone to that match and the Death Eaters have come and started burning everything, kind of like that. But I decided that this fire wasn't necessary, just the embers were cool. Skull. So this is the Death Eater symbol. I don't know what it's called. I'm not that much of a nerd, right? This is just a simple effect. Wiggle effect. Warp to make it stretch up like that. And also turbulent displays and turbulent noise, which gives it, so if I go in, you know, it's got some motion. It's really cool. Added some fractal noise just to make it look like it's in the cloud. So if I turn it off here, why, you see that? Yeah, wicked. Let's move on. So black solid, what is this? This is, so this is the embers, right? This is a big thing, right? So one thing that I don't do, which I should do, is name my layers. This is because when I do stuff like this, I'm not sure what it is, because I've just left it as a default. It says black solid 4. What is black solid 4? I don't know, unless I, you know, hide it and make it reappear so I can figure out what it is. If you're going to start some sort of graphic design work or anything like that, it's really good practice to name them. Don't follow my structure, okay? I just wing it, what I do. So going back into it, you've got the mist. So the mist is just, you can see where I've done it. You see here, this shape here, this is the mist. Well, at the top anyway. Sells the effect even more. Keep going. I won't dwell in it too much. That, if I go into it actually, just to tell you what it is, this is fractal noise, okay? Added, well, you can see there's basically, yeah, this is one of the basics in After Effects. You just, you know, YouTube it, you figure out how to do it. Don't worry about it too much. There's mist there, yeah. Cloud, some more. It's very faint, it's dark. You can see the hand. Look at the hand. Look at the hand. Gone. There. Gone. There. Atmospheric. Added that on. Go into it. You can see what it is. That's what it is. Adds atmosphere. Cool. Go back. What is this adjustment layer? This is a lens flare. So as she's casting the spell, turn it on. Light is emitting from the wand, but where is it? Where is it? Where? Ah, there it is. Boom. Lens flare. Spell is so powerful. It's emitting light. It's blinding you. It's blurring the screen. Blah 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 blah. Lens flare. Added it on. I can turn it off. Not as effective. Turn it on. Boom, 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 boom. You can see up here as well. That spell coming out right there. When phew. Also added a blur to it because if you have a look at this, it's very. I mean, it's lit up, but it's not. You know, it's not punchy like a Lumos, right? This Fianto Duri Lumos, Fianto Duri Lumos, punchier. Okay, let's keep going. So this black solid, again, not named it. This is this vignette, so you can see how it's darker around the edges. This is what this black solid does. It's just a mask that I've put around it, so it would be all around. If I went like this, inverted, you can see if I invert it, it's dark now. Take it out, it's only dark around the edges. Wicked. Starlight, this is once the spell is cast, it's coming from the sky. Shape layers, 3 shape layers, drop in to make it look like the energy of the Fianto Duri spell. It's that spelling like last one that's covering everything, protecting from the ultimate and the bad guys. So this is what this spell is. Wicked. Go back. This is basically, so this is transitioning from the intro to sort of the out part, which is just me styling a bit at the end with my name at the end. Blessed, wicked, Harry Potter text style, lightning bolt, wicked. So I'll go into that now, but there's still more. So there's this mist here, same how I did the mist before. This is just covering more of the area. It's in the foreground as well. Blessed. So let's go into blessed now. So this blessed is basically, so if I go into the text, this is just some positioning keyframes to move each character up one by one. So from the B to the D, it's got this bounce, subtle but effective. But what's really cool about it is not only is it in the Harry Potter text style, but you can see this glow to make it look like gold. Look, and that is simply just a shape layer. So if I click on here, you can see it's a rectangle going from left to right. You see that? And you might think, wait a second, that is not a, why is it wiggly? Well, basically that's just a turbulent displace on. If I flick it off and on, now it looks like it's got some dimension. Okay, it's the gold text with that shine, but add this on there. What's these lines? Even more shine. Can you see that? Zoom in even more. What is that? Very cool. It's just trim paths around the outline. Sells the shine even more. Finally, got about this thing. Lightning from Illustrator. Added turbulent displays on that. Turn it off. Just very straight. Add turbulent displays on. Makes it wiggle. Makes it look like it's a ball with energy. Wicked. So last part is a lightning strike. So this is the transition from the spell into the last text part. Lightning strike is done by stroke, so you can see if I go frame by frame, look, it's a stroke. So from the top here, make it thicker as it comes down. That thickness, make it thinner as it disappears. Also, we'll stretch out these points as it drops as well. So last part is this flash. Look, this sells it. This sells it. Without it, put this on. What happens now? White flash. White flash sells it. That's everything in terms of visual. I've got some music, dark atmospheric music. My voice, I've just lowered the tone. It goes like that, kind of like Voldemort. I've got lightning effects. I've got obviously my wife Michelle. She's saying Fianto Duri. But hope you like this one. We'll be doing more. Got to go and do some sparring with Vegeta, so after I've done that I'll be back with another animation hopefully and video. So peace out.